Hi, my name is Raj Beadle. Today I have Christine here with me, and she's from My Mito Mission.
That's correct.
Right, I've got it right now. And I met Christine a few months ago at a social event that we had, and Christine was talking about her charity, My Mito Mission, and I did not know anything about it at all. Mm-hmm. And I sat through and listened to you, and I was so taken up by the sort of information, and it was something very new to me. I may have heard Mito before, but it didn't quite click as to what it was.
Yeah.
And I felt that it was something that our people who come to our website and anyone who is interested in health will be keen to learn more about. So I invited Christine to come and have a chat with us. So thank you for coming today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And we are at the Gadget showroom. So you are going to see some machines behind us. Unfortunately, I can't offer you coffee, but but both of us can. So we will have a coffee later on. So tell me, why did you start this charity? Is that a charity now?
It is actually a registered charity, and it was from the outset. So there's a bit of a personal story behind that, Raj.
Yeah.
So back in 2010, we have two daughters. Back in 2010, our eldest daughter, Emma, who was 21 at the time, was sitting her university finals. We got a phone call to say that she'd fallen ill and couldn't sit them. And long story short, she ended up in hospital. She was in Calderdale Royal Hospital for about a month. Lots of
she's
tests.
The one who was in Nottingham, I think.
That's right. She was at Nottingham. Yeah, oh, gosh, well remembered. Yes. Nottingham University. That's correct. Studying animal science. And she had lots of tests over the course of that month. And we found out that she had damage to her heart and damage to her brain, to which we were completely oblivious. So it was quite a big shock, obviously. And right at the outset, which is quite unusual in people's journey with this illness, but right at the outset, they actually suggested that it might be mitochondrial disease, which we'd never heard of, like most people. But because two major organs were impacted, that kind of signaled that there might be something underlying.
Right.
So that's what we were told. So it took actually 5 years before the diagnosis was fully confirmed.
Right.
And sadly, we lost Emma in 2017.
Really sorry to hear that.
Thank
when
you.
You mentioned it last time.
But Emma was very keen that we would try and do something, because at the time there was nothing at all to support. There was a fantastic charity called the Lily Foundation who supported children and families, but nothing for adults. So we thought, well, we'll set up something that's for everyone, that includes adults, and we'll try and make it our mission to just make people more aware of the illness, because the isolation that we felt for having something nobody had heard of was quite, it didn't help matters, put it that way. Yeah. So we thought we'd set up our own charity. So that's how it started.
Fantastic. So what is mitochondrial disease?
Good question. Mitochondrial disease it's quite complex, but it can be put quite simply. It's basically that your energy production system is not working properly. So your mitochondria are in every cell of the body pretty much. And if you like, they're like the battery packs of the cell.
Yeah.
And they convert your food into energy. And when they're not working properly, then you haven't got the right fuel for your body, and it gradually breaks down because you're just running on.
So it's kind of fundamental to the health of anybody.
It's fundamental to basic well-being, even. Yeah. But if you have a gene fault that dictates that your mitochondria don't work properly, then unfortunately some part of your body's breaking down, and that can come out right from babyhood or it can onset into adulthood as well.
So how common is it?
Again, another good question, and not an easy one to answer. At the moment, it's estimated to affect about 1 in 5,000 people. So that makes it surprisingly one of the most common genetic illnesses, and yet not heard of very much. The interesting thing that makes it a little bit more complicated an answer is that it's underdiagnosed. It's known to be underdiagnosed. So as diagnostics improve, that prevalence is likely to go higher.
So there is research going on at the moment.
Very much so.
Yeah. So you're actually supporting kind of the research.
Yes, very much so. The majority of our funds goes towards research projects to research mitochondrial function and how that might be improved or treated.
Okay, very good. So can I offer you a coffee and we will have a break and then we can carry on?
That would be lovely. Thank you very much.
So we can see how the rest of it is.
Lovely.
So thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you are liking our coffee.
It's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Very good. So we've just finished making our coffee. So thank you for waiting. And we are going to start again, just carrying on with our conversation. So what we were talking about how common it is.
Yeah.
And you said that it was 1 out of 5,000?
1 in 5,000, the current estimate. That's
Right,
correct.
right. So why is research so important? I think my Mito Mission supports research.
Very much so.
This.
We're trying to get people aware of the importance of research, and we also, with our funds, that the funds primarily go to support research. So why is it important? Obviously, it's important to the people who have mitochondrial disease, but it's a lot broader than that. Mitochondrial dysfunction, so your mitochondria not working properly, is now known, and this is quite a recent development, is now known to be involved in many very common conditions.
Right.
So for instance, cancer, it's definitely involved in cancer. Dementia, people with dementia aren't suffering from mitochondrial disease, just to clarify, they are suffering from dementia, but mitochondrial dysfunction is involved. How your mitochondria work. Similarly, COVID-19, stroke, sepsis, dementia, I've said dementia, diabetes, epilepsy. For all these, anybody who has those, mitochondrial dysfunction is involved.
So if we can sort of solve that problem, then
it could bring treatments for every single one of those conditions.
So there are. Is UK quite advanced in their research?
We are.
program?
We're definitely up there with the rest of the world, certainly.
So do you come across people in the research field and you
very much so.
Them?
Very excited to do that. We have conferences here and there. But yes, there's a centre in Glasgow University looking at the moment of pulling together a mitochondrial disease research centre to bring together all these different.
Something or the other.
The genome's involved somewhere. I must admit, it gets a bit over my head here and there. But they're looking at whole body genome certainly being studied. It's thought that about over 1,000 genes can actually impact on mitochondria and its function. And just to add further complication, mitochondria has its own DNA, which also can be faulty and cause issues. So there are lots of variants.
So you seem to have learned lots of things about this.
Absolutely. It's a bit, it's not the same as cancer, but in the fact that there's a lot of different variants, then it's very similar.
Amazing. So how are you sort of directing your work to actually support the research that's going on? And how are they funded by the government, or is it something that you're starting off from grassroots?
I believe there are government-funded projects going on, but we actually at the moment, most of our project research funding goes through the Lilly Foundation. They're the charity I mentioned earlier. They have a structure, if you like, they're about 13 years old, I believe now, and they have a structure in place whereby bids are invited from researchers. Those bids are looked at very carefully by a panel of experts to make sure that they're robust, and then funding's allocated accordingly, and that's where we put our.
So can you tell me how your charity works?
Yes, absolutely. So we felt we could do it a little bit different. We felt that there would be a real power in making our missions person-centered. So to sort of explain that a little. Yeah. So a bit like branches, if you like, but instead of geographically based, person-based. So we knew if we put out there Emma's Mito Mission, so talking about our daughter's mission, that would be strong because people, our family and friends, would very much relate to it.
Yeah,
it can be tricky to understand the disease, but if we say Emma's got this really serious illness, will you help us raise awareness? It's called Emma's Mito Mission. We felt that would be the way to rally people, and it proved to be the case. In the first year, we'd done a tremendous amount, and people, hundreds, if not thousands of people had rallied to support and help us.
And you have probably come across people who have got the disease and they want it.
And we offer exactly that blueprint then. So everything we have for Emma, leaflets, cans, buckets, website, page and everything, and just giving page, we then offer that to other families and we support them to have their own mission. So for instance, we have Steph and Jake's mission, which is based in Bury St Edmunds. That's a mum and son who are both impacted.
And you can actually see some of these things on your website.
Yes,
so that's called myMitomission.uk.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I've got it right.
Brilliant. Well done.
I will have that information on our
so
video so people can actually see that.
Yes.
And if you wanted to go to the website, you can see all the different things and see what people are doing to raise money and their own experiences.
And it exemplifies all the very many variants and how it affects people very differently. So people have a look at the mission page and also our case stories. You'll see how different people are affected in very different ways.
So it would be really good to sort of let people know about it as well. I think it's something that very few people know about, and I think having a website and your Facebook, I've seen your Facebook and you seem to do lots of activities.
We do absolutely try and promote it there. We have prize draws, but we have information to educate everyone about the illness and its implications as well.
So I was very interested in sort of trying to understand it myself, but at the same time tell other people about it. I think video can actually sort of provide that information, and hopefully if they are interested in it, you can actually go to the website. We are going to have this video on our website as well, so you may be watching it on our website. You may have found this website, this video elsewhere, but if you wanted to get more information and contribute or support the charity, or want to learn just about mitochondrial diseases, go to our website and there will be a link, and you may be able to go then to your website and make donations or whatever. And last year we did, and we have done it for a very long time, Macmillan Cancer Support coffee mornings, because we are in coffee. It's a natural thing for us to do. So as I mentioned, I think before our meeting today, that we would love to do that. So when you are, I think something in
we have Mitochondrial Disease Awareness Week in September, so we thought that would be nice to tie it in there.
So we might be able to do something here and have a coffee morning and raise some awareness and support for you. So so watch the video and get some information from our YouTube video, but also go to our website gadgetdirect.com. I will have that information on the video as well. And hopefully you'll be able to learn more about it. So have you got anything that you want to tell us about more than what you have already said?
I think if I wanted people to remember one thing, it's that mito matters to millions. Mitochondrial research matters to millions. And I know it's hard to quantify things in a little strap line, but we want to absolutely get across that it's not just important to those that are impacted by the illness. It's actually fundamental to general health and well-being. and all these other common conditions. So the more money we can put into mitochondrial research, the more conditions, you know, cancer, dementia, COVID-19 could unlock treatments for those two. Huge message, and that's what I'd love everyone to remember, that we're very worthy of support.
Excellent. So thank you for coming in and telling us all about it, and we have learned a lot from it, and I'm hoping that others would be interested in learning more about this and go to your website, so we will have that information. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll be able to tell others about it, and hopefully we can actually get some more support through our organization and directly at some point, and watch out for the coffee morning in September.
Wonderful, thank you.
So we will enjoy our coffee. Go and make yourself a coffee.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks.